And Anthony, the former Douglas Anderson School of the Arts teacher who kissed and inappropriately touched a 16-year-old student, will spend 10 years in prison. A judge sentencing Jeffrey Clayton today after hours of emotional testimony.
And here's 3 things to know today. The maximum sentence for Clayton's charges would have been 40 years in prison. State prosecutors asked the judge to sentence him to 15 years.
As part of Clayton's plea agreement, he will not be charged for any additional claims of abuse from previous students.
But 3 former students were allowed to read impact statements during the hearing in which they described years of emotional and physical abuse by Clayton. The judge said she did not consider those statements as part of her decision in today's sentencing.
We have live team coverage on the sentencing. Renata DiGregorio is on your side, breaking down a timeline of the events leading up to Clayton's arrest and its impacts on the school district. And later in our newscast, Jeannie Blaylock has that exclusive interview with Jeffrey Clayton. But first, Rich Donnelly joins us live tonight outside the Duval County Courthouse. He was in the courtroom today when the judge handed the sentence down. And Rich, I know today's testimony was very difficult to hear.
Heather, that's correct. Very emotional testimony from 4 former students of Jeffrey Clayton's at Douglas Anderson, many of them breaking down in tears as they read statements about the pain that he caused them. Clayton will go to prison for 10 years for his actions against only one of those students. Today in court, his recorded phone call with that student was played out loud. The judge said that she felt, quote, dirty listening to a 65-year-old man talk to a high school girl in the way that Clayton did on that call. Jeffrey Clayton was led out of the courtroom in handcuffs. He will go to prison for 10 years, followed by 3 years of probation. Prior to being sentenced, the prosecution played a 30-minute phone call between Clayton and one of his former students, where Clayton describes the teenage girl as, quote, a phenomenal kisser.
A phenomenal kisser, and I certainly would enjoy more of those, if I can say that. But yeah, there's just something about the way you're just so sweet, and so you let go. You know what I mean? There's no restraint.
3 other former students also made statements in court today. Clayton is not charged with any crimes related to them and maintains his innocence. However, they all said his actions will affect them for the rest of their lives.
But reflecting on my time at the school and the literal years of abuse I suffered at the hands of this man has caused me not only to doubt my abilities, but also to lose all trust in adult men, especially ones in the performance industry.
Jack Leon is a former student of Jeffrey Clayton and became a teacher at Douglas Anderson and worked alongside Clayton. He also taught some of the women who testified in court and said it was painful to hear their experiences.
It was hard. I actually was a teacher for some of these kids. So seeing them up there and watching them stand up and be brave and share their stories and share what they saw and what they heard, it was a lot.
Jeffrey Clayton was sentenced in all 4 of his charges, but those sentences will run concurrently, and that's why he will spend the next 10 years in prison. Reporting live outside of the Duval County Courthouse, Rich Donnelly, First Coast News, on your side.
Rich, thank you. And since Clayton's arrest, 4 additional teachers have been removed from the classroom at Douglas Anderson for an inappropriate conduct. Now, that led to concerns from the State Board of Education about student safety at that school. Interim Superintendent Dr. Dana Krisnar responded to those concerns with steps the school district plans to roll out next school year to help protect students. Some of the protocols include hiring more people to investigate alleged misconduct and improvements in staff training and student awareness. And during